Good morning, students. Welcome to another day of your online classes. Hope that you're all keeping fine in your home with your parents and siblings and learning the lessons that you have been taught. So, today in this session, we are going to learn a new chapter, our 18th chapter, our rights and duties. So, by this chapter, you will be able to know what is our rights and duties that our Constitution of India permits to us. And now, let's read the text. All of you please take your page number 144. Chapter 18, Our Rights and Duties. Most countries in the world have constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law of India. It is a set of rules to govern our country properly. A country is usually made up of different communities of people who share certain beliefs but may not necessarily agree on all issues. The Constitution is basically a set of rules and principles that all people in a country can agree upon as the basis on which they want their country to be governed. This includes not only the type of government but also an agreement on certain ideas that they all believe the country should uphold. India was ruled by the British until the independence. The Constitution was adopted by Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949 and came into effect on 26 January 1950. This day is celebrated as the Republic Day. A country that is governed by a president and representatives of people is called a republic. People have the supreme power and there is no king or queen. The Constitution of India has three basic principles. They are democracy, secularism and socialism. Democracy. India is a democratic country. Democracy is defined as a government of the people, by the people and for the people. People have the right to choose their representatives to form the government. Socialism. Socialism means that all people are equal. There will be no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, religion or gender. Secularism. India is a secular state. It means that people are free to practice any religion. Thus, India is a democratic, socialist and secular country. 6. Fundamental rights. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Fundamental duties. The fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligations of all citizens to help promote the spirit of patriotism and to uphold the unity of India. Article 51A, Part 4A of the Indian Constitution specifies the list of fundamental duties of citizens. Some of these are: we must follow the Indian Constitution. We must respect the national flag and the national anthem. We should help to keep our nation united. We must defend the country when called upon to do so. We should promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood among all the people of India. We must value and preserve our rich heritage. We should protect and preserve the natural resources including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife. We must safeguard public property. We should respect all religions and languages. The directive principles. The Constitution has laid down some directions for the government called the directive principles. They guide the government to function better for the welfare of the people. These directive principles are the guidelines for the state. They are to provide work for all men and women, to ensure that people have proper living conditions, to provide free and compulsory education for all children up to 14 years of age, to provide equal wages for equal work to ensure that rich people do not exploit poor people. So this is all about the text, and now let's go to the explanation part. So we see in the first paragraph that the constitution is the supreme law of India. So this is a set of rules to govern our country properly. And every country has its own constitution to live on. And the constitution is basically a set of rules and principles that all people in a country can agree upon as the basis on which they want their country to be governed. Without a constitution or a written constitution, there will be more chaos on the lives of people living. So it is necessary and essential to have a set of rules. So we can be proud that we have a written constitution as our supreme law of India, and an agreement on certain ideals that they believe the country should uphold. These are written in the constitution, that an agreement on certain ideals that we all should believe upon, we all should uphold. So the constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949, and it came into effect on 26th January 1950. So for this we celebrated the Republic Day of last week. And a country that is governed by a president and representatives of people is called a republic. So what is a republic? Republic is a country that is governed by a president and representatives of people. So we are living in a republic country, we can say. There are many other characteristics or principles that we all have, and people have the supreme power, and there is no king or queen. So the people have the supreme power. People elect their representatives. So people are here given the supreme authority over the country. So people's rule. We already learned about democracy and so on, and the elections and or election procedures and the elections and so on. We already have gone through our government last chapters, like our government and so on. We have seen what is the procedures of an election, who is ruling our country, the heritage, no, the hierarchical position and so on. And now the basic principles of Constitution of India are of three types. They are democracy, socialism and secularism. So these are the three basic principles of our country. So what is democracy? So as I have already said, India is a democratic country. It means that a government of the people, by the people and for the people. So democracy or democratic country means a government of the people, by the people and for the people. In the simplest way we can say there is people's rule. So right to choose their representatives to form the government. So people have the right. So we ourselves have the right to choose our representatives. And coming to the next principle, socialism. In socialism, we come across that all people are equal. So there is no inequality in no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, religion or gender. All are equal. All are equal before the people, before the law, everything. And this is what is socialism. And what is secularism is that India is a secular state, which means that people are free to practice any religion. So it is according to his will that he chooses one religion or he chooses to live on religion. So he is free to choose his own religious practice. So nobody can question him for choosing this religion or dropping this religion and so on. So he is free to practice any religion in India. And thus we can say that India is a democratic, socialist and secular country. And now, the 6 fundamental rights. So here in your textbook there are only given the 6 fundamental rights, the names of 6 fundamental rights. In the coming years you will study it in a brief manner. So here it is the six fundamental rights. They are the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. These are the six fundamental rights that you have to learn this year. And fundamental duties. The moral obligation of all citizens to help promote the spirit of patriotism and to uphold the unity of India. And for this purpose is the fundamental duties given. So it is seen in the Article 51A, Part 4A of Indian Constitution. So we see the fundamental duties in here in our Indian Constitution. And the sum of the fundamental duties are as follows. We must follow Indian Constitution. So we are all obliged to follow our Constitution, our Indian Constitution, and we must respect the national flag and the national anthem. And we all must give proper respect to our national flag and the national anthem. And we should help to keep our nation united. So we must help the people to keep unity between each other, and we must not criticize or not criticize any people in his decisions to have a religious practice. So the basis of caste, discriminating him, all these are violating this fundamental duty to keep our nation united. And we must defend the country when called upon to do so. So we must help in the defense procedure of our country too. And we should promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood among the people of India. So it is applicable to the third fundamental duties, so it go same to same. We must value and preserve our rich heritage. We must give importance to the rich heritage, and we already learned what are the rich heritages that we have. And we should protect and preserve the natural resources, including forest, lake, rivers, and wildlife. So we do not destroy anything that are the keeps for our country, and we must safeguard the public property. So creating chaos in the public property are all a public offense too, and so we all must safeguard the public property, and we should respect all religions and languages. So a respectful mentality towards all religions and languages are also necessary. And now the directive principles. The directive principles are the directions for government. So these are the directions. They guide the government to function better for the welfare of the people. So it is for the welfare of the people. These directive principles are the guidelines for the state. They are as follows: to provide work for all men and women, to ensure that people have proper living conditions, to provide free and compulsory education for all children up to 14 years of age, to provide wages for equal work, to ensure that rich people do not exploit poor people. So these are the directive principles, and hope that you all got an idea of this chapter. So keep learning, keep going through the lessons, and read this lesson twice or thrice and get grasped of the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and the directive principles that our country has.